Hey guys, it's your girl Urellas and welcome back to my beauty space. Today's video, I'm going to do a review on the brand new Fenty Beauty concealer and setting powder. I am so excited to do this review, and I'm also going to do a test wear. It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'm gonna wear it for a couple of hours and I'm gonna let you guys know what my thoughts are and how it wears throughout the day. So let's not waste any time and let's do this review. So I already got my makeup halfway done and now I'm ready to conceal. This is how the concealer looks. Please focus. There you go. This is very nice. I like the packaging, it's very sleek. And I did get the powder in the shade Banana because I felt like honey was a little too honey. Like it was just too golden for my skin tone. So in the concealer, I did get the shade 330 and I think that this will work. Let's compare it to my other concealers. So I'm going to compare it to the KKW concealer in shade number 11. And this is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. No, sorry, concealer. And this is the shade Warm Sand. So these are the concealers. The first one is Fenty. The second one is the Too Faced. And the third is KKW. And in case you are curious, I'm in the shade 350 in Fenty. I actually wouldn't really know if it does match me or not because I use this website called Findcation. Basically what you do is you put in whatever foundation shades you are. So for me, I'm in the shade Tahoe and NARS. So I'll type that in, and then I also put in L'Oreal True Match and N7. And what it does is it generates what your foundation shade in other brands. So according to that website, I'm in the shade 350. Now I never really tried anything from Fenty. This is actually the first time I'm gonna use Fenty. I don't know, when it dropped, like I just felt like there was way too much hype, and plus when I found out the foundation was matte, I was like, not for me. I'll give something else a try. So I'm really excited to try this concealer today. So let's stop talking and let's apply. All right, so I'm gonna do what I always do. So I'm going to open my powder and get it ready because I like to set right away. This is the color of Banana. All right, so I got my powder ready for me and I'm going to apply my concealer everywhere that I normally do. All right, so my first thoughts is that she is thick. All right, she is thick. I think she's gonna do a good job covering up my color corrector. So looks promising so far. And it kind of does remind me a little bit of the KKW concealer, I'm not gonna lie. So let's see how she blends. I personally like to look up because I do have larger eyes and I have lines here. So I find it that when I look up and then I set it, it looks good. Okay, that blended out really nice and I'm going to set it right away. So I'm gonna grab some powder. This powder does have a scent to it, but it's not crazy. It smells good, it doesn't smell bad. This powder is definitely different from the Laura Mercier powder. I find it that the Laura Mercier powder melts more with the beauty blender more. Like there's definitely a difference, but it did set really nicely. Let me zoom you in. So I like the way my under eye looks. It looks really nice. It blended really nicely, honestly. I really don't have any issues right now. I like the way it looks. All right, I'm gonna apply a little bit of powder on my nose. Ooh, I said a little bit. My nose does get oily. It definitely gave me a brighter appearance. I definitely see a difference. I'm looking up to my viewfinder so I can really see. And on camera, it looks good. In person, it looks really good. So far, so good. All right. So I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup and I'm going to give you guys my first initial thoughts and then we're going to see how she is throughout the day. All right, you guys. So I just finished my makeup and honestly, I'm liking the way everything is looking so far. Everything blended out really nicely. I did cream contour, so the concealer worked well with it. I really like it so far. I think my under eyes look really snatched. It looks really good. My first initial thoughts is that it does remind me of the KKW concealer so far. So the shade 330 does look really good under my eyes. I really like it. I was debating whether to get this shade or 320 or even 310. But the problem with 310 when I swatched it was that it looked way too light. And I honestly don't like a really bright under eye. I don't know if I'm going through like a phase or something that I just really don't like it to be too bright. I think because of the powder and the combination of this shade together, it looks really nice. And I think that it complements my skin tone really well. I would recommend, if let's say you're in the shade 350 like I am in Fenty, I would check out 330 because it looks really good so far. So the claims on this is that it's a creamy, long wear, crease proof liquid concealer with a light as air, medium to full coverage that brightens the under eyes and conceal blemishes and redness. And so far I agree, because it did cover up my color corrector without a problem. I don't see any darkness. And it looks good. It didn't crease on me. I was able to set it right away. Now, my thoughts on the powder. The powder I'm not too sure about. I will have to keep playing around with it. It does have like a little scent to it, like I said. I mean, it's not a bad smell. You know, it's just like I'm not used to having products that smell. Like my products don't smell. You know what I'm saying? I do think that it did work well with the beauty blender, but I would have to see how it looks with a brush. I personally don't like to set anything with a brush. I just think it looks more effortless and flawless with a beauty blender. I do like the packaging a lot, and you get so much product. Actually, this is not even an ounce. This is actually 0.98 ounces. And the Laura Mercier, you do get a whole entire ounce. All right, you guys, so I am back. It is around 11:30, and I had this concealer on for about 5 to 6 hours. For some reason, I feel like my makeup didn't hold up too well in this area here. I think that I'm going to really like this concealer without the powder, because the powder, to me, there's something in this formula that I'm not too sure what it is, but I feel like I just don't, like, I'm not vibing with this right now. So I hope you guys can see. You see how like it looks dark here? Like, I don't know, it didn't hold up too well. I honestly think it's the powder. I think the powder is just too drying for me. Like my under eyes even look dry, you know? Like, I don't know. Yeah, this powder might be just a little too drying. I honestly like the Laura Mercier powder a lot more. Just by how I grabbed the beauty blender and then I dipped it in the powder, it just felt different. And then when I placed it on my skin, like I kind of felt like, it's just like the texture of it. It also has a fragrance to it, which most of my makeup really doesn't have a scent to it. So the fact that that scent was there, like it just kind of bothered me. Like my skin is just too dry for this. That's what I think, you know, that's my opinion. So how do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion. But the concealer though, the concealer, honestly, I really like it. It's really nice. I like the formula. It is thick, so you don't need too much of it. I think I'm going to like this so much more when I try it with my regular powder. So this is definitely approved. I give this a thumbs up. I think it's worth picking up and checking out. The powder, however, I'm confused. So for now, I'm just going to keep testing it out to see if I do like this. So I hope this review was helpful for anyone out there who wants to try out these hot products right here. All right, you guys, that wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, if you want to be part of the fam, hit that subscribe button. Leave me any comments below and give me a thumbs up if you want to see more reviews on my channel. And most importantly, don't forget to glow. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.